Hello, everybody. So I've been doing more of these reaction videos and talking about people's voices and breaking information like that down, but it's mostly been of people that I sort of know, and it's usually easier when I know their voice or whatever. But of course, because we're on the internet, people tend to like things where people are watching and doing things for the very first time. I have never heard the Rival Sons. Yes, I'm a rock musician and a professional singer, all this different stuff, but there's many bands that I don't know because I ain't got a lot of friends. And I don't have people that are teaching me about music and being like, you never heard this? And that helps. Also didn't really have that growing up. So there's a lot of things I haven't been exposed to. So in terms of this, I don't know anything about them. Could be a two-person band. Could be 18 people. Have no idea. But I would imagine it's probably like a rock kind of folky, bluesy type of thing. So we're going to watch this. This is, I just tried to go with some live footage so we can break these things down. This is the Rival Sons doing a song called Jordan. These Gibson sessions, I don't know where the hell that is. But hopefully it's not one of these videos where I do this entire breakdown and reaction and then they're like, nope, you can't post that video, you piece of shit. So, as that happens often. Anyway, we're going to watch this. We're going to see what it's all about. And we'll see if it makes a fan out of me. So everybody shut up. I'm going to sing stuff here. Let's do this. All right, let's do this. Rival Sons. Got a piano here in case I need it, along with every other instrument you can imagine. Here we go. First off, right out of the gate, we have a guitar that looks like it was found in Egypt in the sand, and it's 1,000,000 years old, so that's good to know. Now, let me be a total asshole and start talking about this right out of the gate without even really hearing it. Sometimes I tend to not listen to music like this because it takes me backwards and it doesn't feel like it moves me forwards. And I know that a lot of times to go forward, you need to go backward. And in the history of music, there's always, people that are, they worship this type of music, so they try to bring it back and everything. But a lot of times that doesn't do much for me because I tend to want to hear what's new, what's happening that's new, what's exciting in terms of newer music and stuff. But then, a lot of times that's just Illuminati-based diarrhea that, shake that ass, shake them titties, all that stupid fucking bullshit. So anyway, I wouldn't imagine this is that. But a lot of times if I hear something like this, I'm like, I've been here too many times before and it just doesn't excite me that much. Not to just ruin it right out of the gate, but I want to hear if other people feel that way. Like when you hear a band like Jet, remember when they came out? I'll take you home with me, but you were with another man. And they had like bell bottoms on and shit. You're like, why are you dressed up like you're from the 70s? And then, it doesn't last. Sometimes things like that just feel too much like they're reminiscent and people are pulling too much from this. And it's just, a perfect example too would be that other band that sounds exactly like Led Zeppelin, but they don't say that they do. Greta Van Fleet. It's like, okay, we've all been here before. What's next? You know what I'm saying? So that's just me being a nitpicky fuck, but here we go.
The wolves look to the moon, the ocean to the sky. I've looked to you my whole life. Now I have to say goodbye.
Well, obviously that's tremendous right out of the gate, right? So we have an excellent voice that's balancing on the edge of kind of quiet, kind of falsetto, kind of compressed, kind of all these different things. And a lot of people that tend to use a fast vibrato, which is not a real vibrato, is not real. The goat type of vibrato, it tends to be overdone. It's too much. It's a crutch. It's because they don't like their voice. They don't find it interesting. Again, I've mentioned this before, but look up Post Malone trying to do Better Man on Howard Stern. better man, this kind of stuff. A lot of times it's like, oh God, stop doing that. But in this case right here, it sounds like a natural, almost emotional inflection, and I dig it. Normally don't dig it, but I dig it.
To say that I've lost you is such a selfish thing to say. I never seen nothing beautiful than watching you slip away.
I can hear the compression on the mic, but yeah, I can't believe that they're actually doing something so kind of fragile like this with a dynamic microphone. I think it's just like a Shure 58. But yeah, man, sounds great. He's kind of wearing like a poncho. Fucking being a rock musician's cool, man, because you can wear whatever you want and you don't give a shit. And I've always loved that and continue to push into that freedom as I get older. If you want to walk around with a poncho, fucking other people are like, then you could be like, yeah. And then they find out that you're basically a badass musician. Then they're kind of like, wish I could wear a poncho. I wouldn't imagine this is what they're usually doing.
I'd rather see you go in the arms of your angel.
So there's a good example of placement. Go in the arms of the angels. Go in the arms of the angels. So if he was going, go, and he started pulling forward at all, it would start to sound like, you guys, let's get together, and stuff like that. But having that nice and open, go, and having it nice and pulled back, all that magic starts to happen when you sit in a pocket and you learn about your placement and you don't keep letting things fall forward. You put them in the head and you let them develop. Oh.
And to keep you right here with me.
Right there too with E vowels. Keep you right here with me. Go E O E O E O E. Does not work. Go do.
Meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Now let your soul go free.
Oh, like I said, I would imagine their sound is usually more rock, so I started with a lower key tune here, but still great. And I am quickly becoming a fan, as you figured I probably would, even with my bitchy rant in the beginning. I can't imagine, every time I see somebody playing guitar like this, I don't know what essentially that's called, but it seems like it would just be like a fucking, like a tank of a guitar. Like it just feels like everything feels really weird about it. I would love to pick one up and try to play it because it's very strange and definitely a very unique sound. I think we've entered the guitar solo portion of this, so not that disrespect there, but let's skip ahead so we can keep hearing some singing.
And failure, you took it gracefully. You said at the start of the ride, stay on till morning. When you need me, you know that's where I'll be.
Oh, I love that too. That's where I'll be. And you barely heard B. So let's hear him put some stank on it. Again, it looks like people all went back to that part because they wanted to hear the stank.
Start of the ride, stay on till morning.
It makes me really wonder how much of that room I'm actually hearing and how much it's just the reverb that they put on the mic. So not too high, but not easy for most people. Everybody wants to learn how to do that stuff, right? No, 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 say, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things about breath support and utilizing breath correctly and breath control that you can kind of get there. But it's a matter of just starting to grab a hold and hold back that pressure. Again, it's not pushing into things and making them louder. It's grabbing a hold. Oh, oh, yeah. But yeah, great stuff.
When you need me, you know that's where I'll be. Now the rest of my life without you.
Again, fast vibrato has pretty much been throughout, but I still dig it, and I still dig the storyteller vibe of this. It really feels like a sad, kind of lonely song, a breakup song, a miss you song, kind of stuff like that, and it really does translate to where I wish I could kind of hear and sit around and pay attention to more of what he's saying.
Right now it's hard to conceal. You said don't cry for me now. You got to remember.
There I could hear a little bit of the room and a little bit of the actual reverb I think that they put on. You hear that?
Remember.
One more time.
You said don't cry for me now. You got to remember.
So you hear the kind of other verb in the front, the more bright, platey kind of verb, and then you heard a little bit of the room right there. But great stuff. Still good.
There is no death for those that believe.
Oh, I just noticed with this guitar, not to talk about that again, is this a pickup? It's got a pickup in it. I have no idea how these fucking things work, man. That's weird. What are you thinking of this so far? You guys dig this stuff? Like I said, this is my first time hearing these guys. I don't know anything about them.
I'd rather see you go in the arms of your angel than to keep you right here with me. I'll meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Now let your soul go free.
I got to say, too, also, I would be so eating the mic and thinking about that and stuff. He's really keeping off of that mic, and it's amazing that all the other instruments are translating and the recording sounds as good as it does. Because he's, like I said, this is a dynamic microphone. For him to be back here like this, pretty much the whole time, kind of singing lightly, and it's still to work out as well as it did. I mean, that's great. Now, another thing to say about this, especially with my bitchy rant in the first part of this, there's a country element to this, as I figured there would be, and it sounds like people that are from the South. It sounds like people that are from a part like this. They might be. That's the fucking thing about the world now, is that the Amy Winehouses of the world and stuff like that, where you're like, wait, they're German people? You know, like you find that stuff out later and you're like, they're like, yes, we started making the rock music, and you're like, what the fuck? Always very odd, but like I said, again, I'm guessing these guys are actually kind of from more southern place, and that's coming through in the music. So it does have a reminiscent quality of older type of rock vibes and, you know, 60s, 70s, stuff like that. But it makes a little bit more sense now.
Let your soul go free.
Solo again. How the hell was he playing with all those bracelets on, man? That seems like a nightmare. Playing guitar with, like, even rings sometimes can be a super pain in the ass, but playing with bracelets right here and a whole bunch of them, that seems like it would be terrible. And it seems like you'd hear that in the mic. You'd keep hearing, like, clacking around. So anyway, I mean, we covered a lot of this dude's voice. I got to look up more of them, see some more of the rocking stuff.
I'll meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Now let your soul be free. I'd rather see you go.
Again, man, can't state enough. So be free. That's so moving backwards. It sounds so great, and it really adds a soulfulness to it. Let's listen to him one more time.
Now let your soul be free.
Now let your soul be free. So you can really keep everything back in the back like that and move it up and have it nice and open. It's tremendous. It makes everything sound better. Oh, Harry's going a little bit more ham. I want to tap out because I'm sure I've overstayed my welcome. Bundle sticks. They're fun to play with.
on the Jordan. Now that you set me free, I'd rather see you go in the arms.
And I don't think he has in-ears either. They're just in a room doing this. So there he was breaking a little bit.
Now that you set me free.
Sounds like he wanted to do that again, but these are some real professionals, and they really they're making music, I think, for them, and like it just seems to be like a real band that is doing this out of absolute love, and you can't say that about all musicians now anymore. A lot of people out there are like, I'm doing this so I can get free clothing. You know, like it's so many levels of this stuff. I'm doing this because I blew up on TikTok. So yeah, man, really great. Didn't completely end this, and again, no disrespect to them or the guitarist and all that kind of stuff, because I'm a guitarist as well. But yeah, dude, as I figured it would, made a fan out of me. These guys are great. I got to watch some more of them, but I just wanted to dip in here for the first time, kind of go over some stuff with his voice and talk about vocally and the music and everything. But I dig it, man. It's great. And he's got a great voice, very natural voice, where he doesn't sound like he's trying to really perpetuate or force too many different things on his sound. He's kind of just being who he is, and I dig that as well, man. So let me know if you have ideas of people I can cover like this, or people I can do reaction videos for. I'd like to break it down. Somebody mentioned recently Def Leppard. I can't remember what his name is, but man, I grew up listening to that stuff as a little kid. I would have a tape, a Def Leppard tape. Remember tapes? And just be a little kid listening to that with headphones on the bus, back and forth, flip the tape over, rewind, listen to it on the bus, and just space out and listen to Def Leppard. And so I know that stuff well, and I know his voice well, so that could be a great thing to talk about here next. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon.